Hey, what's up, y'all? Oh, shoot. Accidentally closed out that window. Subview, where did it go? There it is. Cool. Hey, Adrian. Yeah, that's right. I forgot you guys had Jovi. Tell Jovi I said hi. I'm finally out of Facebook, partial Facebook jail. For some reason, I can't chat on Facebook. I can read what people are saying though. So when I type back, it only goes on Twitch and YouTube for some reason. But I can see what you're saying when you type on Facebook. So this is for a wrestler named Rip Tyler. I think he wrestles out of Dallas Fort Worth. I don't know. I have so many different wrestlers hit me up, but I drew this yesterday. I'm just now coloring it today because I had other stuff come up, but I'm kind of doing, like, if you look at it really close, I'm coloring it kind of different than I normally color my stuff. If you look at it like in here and on the sides, I'm using a paintbrush to color it. See, and it kind of gives it a cool, it's like a cool texture. But when you zoom out, it's pretty cool. And then I'm also using like a little bit of an airbrush, but I decided just to color on this one. And of course, I was using some Gorillaz pictures as references just to kind of make sure I got the look down. Because what he wanted me to do was to draw him as the dude from Gorillaz, the 2D character. So that's what I did here. And that's his gear. I think when he comes out to the ring, he looks like that. Got that rock star vibe going. So I want to start doing these again, these lives again. I know I was doing them a couple of years ago like crazy, but that was like when there was like nothing going on because everybody was stuck at home. But I do want to get back into the habit of doing these again. It was fun. So just hang out, chat with me. I'm just coloring on this. The next one I do, I'm gonna sketch out. I'm gonna sketch out. I got a Street Fighter looking commission for another wrestler. It's actually a customer Paul. He orders a lot of art off of me, and he wants me to draw like a wrestler in kind of Street Fighter style. So I'm gonna try that out, see how it goes. This guy had a lot of tattoos, and I tried to follow it here. I'll just open the window up and show you what I get a lot of reference material. There he is right there. If you notice on the left here, I can bring it in the middle here and blow it up some. So he's this guy on the right side. And he has like, white tights on with kind of a pinkish white boots, leopard pattern here. He's got like a scarf, and then his tattoos are pretty intense. He's got them covered, but he's also got that's him again. So I tried to follow that as closely as I could without getting too detailed on it. And then he's got a lot going on there. But yeah, he also wears like these leather bracelets with studs all over them, kind of like a rock star wears. But yeah, when I do a lot of work, and when I want my reference stuff, I just put it on the left, so I don't have to. It's cool. You just have an extra window up. And thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. I got 3 of y'all on Facebook and 2 on Twitch, so that's cool. I'm gonna plan on doing these more, like I said. I want to start getting into creating my own stuff again soon. I haven't done that in so long. Let me show you guys. Or I'll do it later. I'll do it on another live. Maybe the next live after this one, or after the Street Fighter commission I'm doing. I can work on that Dick Tracy cover that I'm doing. I'm trying to make a print out of it. And I've been doing a villain or two every time I get a chance on the side cover. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna, let's see, I got the arm, this arm and the neck and the face done and the hair. This is all black, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Same with the eyebrows. The eyes, I noticed on a lot of the gorilla art, the eyes are, they're not shaded or anything. Sometimes he has them black, I noticed. See, like over here on the left, I just popped it up, it's black, you know? And then over here it's white. So I just decided to leave them white. I think that's a cool look. It's kind of creepy looking, but you know, it's popular stuff. I know that much. I know Jovi likes Gorillaz. I don't know, maybe not anymore. I don't know. I know you go through phases as you grow. But if you're still into it, that's cool, Jovi. For my shading, what I do is I kind of have like a palette over here of colors when I color digitally. And if you notice, this is like a purple shade, and this is kind of maroon here in the middle, and then over here is kind of a cream color. So, oh, thanks, Jovi. And whoever commented with the fire comment, thank you. I can't see who that was, but I appreciate it. I'm glad Jovi loves it. Hang on a second, guys. I want to make sure on my other feed this thing's working right. I always have like weird issues with when I stream. Hmm. Oh, it was Stackhouse. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Stackhouse is an awesome wrestler. He's one of my favorites. Out of Oklahoma. Awesome dude. Prince awesome stickers, which I promised him I'm coming his way eventually with some stickers for some art. I just got to get around to it. So many things I have to get done, guys. It's insane. Never enough time. Maddie's on YouTube watching. All right, so back to what I was talking about. So if you notice, like, this color's cream on the far left, and then over here in the middle where I have the cursor kind of going up and down, that's maroon, and then there's a purple. I use this filter called linear burn, and what it does, that's a little too purple for the T, so I'm going to erase that. But what it does is it lets you apply that purple, that dark purple, and it blends with the base colors you have. So if you look, these shades are blending with the skin, kind of similar to what's going on the left with the reference piece. I'll close that out. But instead of using multiple dark, instead of using like multiple dark colors like I used to do that would take me forever to color, like I would use different shades of blue. Now I just and this is something I learned because I'm still learning all the time. And I'm sure there's other artists on here like, you didn't know that, because some artists are kind of mean, but whatever. um, yeah, it's really cool because it applies the shade to everything. Same with the light. That's the cream color, believe it or not, like the little highlights I did. But I do a filter called add, and it lets you apply that light shade to everything too. Let's see. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Stackhouse. I appreciate that, dude. You are my favorite wrestler. Every time I go to any show, Loco, Wrestle Rave, everywhere, dude. I wish I could watch you wrestle everywhere. You've been fun to watch ever since the GCW show, dude. That's where I went nuts when you hit that moonsault. I went wild, dude. Whole crowd did. So thanks for that, dude. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna color this arm over here. Feel free to ask me stuff. I'll look up every now and then. I might not answer right away, but I do look over. So like I said, this is Rook Tyler out of I think the Dallas area. And then what I'm gonna do is just to cover the whole thing with my magic wand here. I'm gonna zoom in here. What's up, Mr. Nate Slater? Another one of my favorite wrestlers. Wrestling, you're wrestling today, I believe. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. I have fun doing this stuff. So yeah, next live I do, I'm gonna do that Street Fighter commission. It's Miranda. I'm drawing her like a Street Fighter character, and I have a fan doing that for me. It's not for her, but it's for just a fan that's huge fan. It's Paul. He orders a lot of art off of me, so I really appreciate all the work he's given me over the last 2 or 3 years. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, oh yeah, before that though, I wanted to go to these teeth because I didn't like that purple that I had. See, look, it's too purple. So I'll try that maroon out, but I think I might have to go to like a blue, and then it'll look kind of grayish. I like keeping everything on the same layer. Let me see what this does. Hey, what's up? Commissioner Doug's in the house. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to share my videos, guys. Like, it always helps me out, man. And I appreciate it. I need all the support I get because this is like 100% what I do every day. Me and Maddie are trying to go out later, do something. I don't know what to do. Y'all have any suggestions? I like that shade. So that maroon works really well with that. See that? It's pretty cool. Just a little bit. I'm not going to do every tooth. Maybe these back molars like have, they're stuck in the back of the mouth. Maybe a little bit of this one. Over here too, just a tad. TASW. Man, I know, bro. I keep missing TASW, and it's not on purpose, dude. I swear. You know what the problem is, Nate? There's so many shows, dude. I can't keep up with it, dude. And it's like I've been to quite a few UPW ones that I can go to. Another problem is I live so far from everything, but it's no excuse because TASW shows are not far from me. I mean, as far as other shows, so I need to go, bro, and support you. I will, dude. I will. It's coming. But yeah, maybe I'll talk. I'll talk to Maddie, see if she wants to go. We went to Dynamite earlier this week too. But yeah, I need to go out to TASW. There's no excuse for me not to. I support all wrestling, man. I don't have like one that's I mean I go to Loco a lot, of course, because like that's kind of like one of those things I helped out with from the very beginning. But I love everybody, man. I want everybody to do well all the time. That's my opinion. All right, so I think the teeth are shaded up enough. Molars are done. All right, so I'm gonna go back to this arm. It might make y'all seasick with this. Yeah, Nate, all love all the time, man. That's my deal. I just want all my friends to do well all the time, and I hope that's what everybody wants from me too. All right, so I'm using this thing called the magic wand. What it does is when I click on an area that I want to only stay in, I hit this magic wand, and you'll see like these. I don't know if I zoom in enough you can see it, but there's like these little. You can't really see it on the screen, but there's these little dotted lines that are going back and forth, and it's letting you know the boundaries. So like here, I'll show you an example. So here's that dark shade. Look, when I it doesn't go past the line, even though it doesn't go outside of the arm. It keeps all the color inside of the arm. It's just a good way to stay focused on an area, you know, that you're shading. But I really like this style right here because it's kind of like got that three-dimensional look, but then you can tell it's painted, so that's pretty cool. I like mixing it up some. I don't like doing the same stuff all the time. All right, so there's the tattoo. What's up, Stony? I did an interview last weekend with Stony. That was fun. It was a short interview, but it was a lot of fun. Please go check out Stoney's channel. Subscribe to it. It's awesome. It's rebooted. He's doing a lot more interviews. I was the first one. If I'm not mistaken, I'm the first interview from him coming back. So that's pretty cool. That made me happy. I was quite honored by that, actually. All right, so oops, look at this. See, I can't go down to the chest area because I didn't add that. There we go. Now I can. So I like this. I'll let him rotating the. There we go. I like this brush. I think I'm gonna start doing stuff like this a little bit more. Not everything, because I still like the way I color, but I love the way it's like it's pressure sensitive. So if you barely touch the tablet, nothing happens. But if you press a little bit, it comes onto the tablet. So it's really cool. I'm really into that. Feel free to share my videos, guys. Like, it helps me out. Like I said, anybody have questions, let me know. I'm just hanging out. And while I'm at it, man, you can follow me on all these platforms. I need Instagram supporters always. Cartoon Ryan, it's all one word. You can catch me out on Twitch. And when I stream, it goes to all my channels. It's on YouTube, it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook. I'm on everything except for Instagram right now, live on my YouTube channel. I'm live. I don't do much on YouTube though. I'm gonna keep that up a little bit more so y'all can go subscribe to anything. Follow me on Instagram. I try to follow everybody back. I'm bad about following back on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter. It's all the same though. Instagram's just strictly art though. Facebook, I kind of goof off more on it. So I'm going over here and just kind of shading just different spots. Shut up and draw. Sometimes I do blabber on though. Alright, so there goes that. Good little shade there. What I love about the linear burn though is, like I said, right now I have it on purple. It doesn't even look like I'm putting purple down because of that filter. But it gives it like good warm tones, like when you do that. I might see about going to UPW if Maddie wants to go. I think she wanted to go out on a date somewhere, which we don't do enough. Don't do enough because we're both work all the time, man. Gotta work to keep those lights on, brother. Y'all know how it goes. All right. Okay, so I got the pretty much like the shades I want down for this so far. Now if I do a pin, it does it even darker, but I go in the other areas like right under here and get it darker, like right there into here under the armpit area. And then what I do is my dude, I mean, yeah, Envious and versus LMC. That'll be good. June 25th, my mom's birthday. Or wait, no, my mom's the 24th, but that's what day we're celebrating my mom's birthday. That's awesome, bro. I will share your the flyer and everything, or the post about it. So now I'm blending. Just kind of in here just a little bit so the light and the dark shades don't contrast too much. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not blending. I'm erasing. Wrong button. I was wondering what was going on there. All right. There we go. That's better. What's up, Edward? Edward. Man, I'm glad you're feeling better, bro. You had me scared there for a minute, dude. I was scared. Looking at your page and stuff when you were sick. So I'm glad you're better. All right. So now I like putting in a little bit of a light highlight with the pen and then going back over it with the brush. And I'm only doing this on the skin areas and shiny areas. I'm not going to do it on the cloth, like the jacket. I'll do it on the leather areas too. But I'm kind of doing it in here. And then I'm going to go back over it with the brush. Oh yeah, let me go back, clear the screen. I didn't realize I had my my follow me page up that long. All right, so I got those areas. I'm gonna brush over it a little bit more. I like the way this brush does because it kind of fades everything really well. It's not like an airbrush effect. It's kind of a grainy. It's almost like you're painting on a canvas, man. It's really cool. A little bit there, a little bit there, maybe put a little bit right there. All right, then I'm gonna go back into the dark layer, and then I'm gonna use the spray paint, the airbrush effect, and just give it a little bit of a more of a what do you call it? More of a dark fade to it. Like if you look at the face, you'll see how it's like kind of bright and then it kind of just fades into some darkness. Same with the neck area and the arm over here. I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So see, yeah, I got it on my purple color. All right, watch this. So you get this big brush. The bigger the better, but you still don't want it too big. See that warmness it gives? Gives it a good dark feel, but it's not overpowering. I might have did a little too much there, so I'm gonna. All right, I'm gonna try it again. And hang on 1 second. It does this auto save thing sometimes. All right, let me actually save it for real though. Would love to see a drawing of Nate Slater getting Nastico in the backside with a stapler. Oh man. Good old Nastico, man. I love that guy. He is the best manager. I have to say that. All right. And then let me go back and brush one more time on there. And then I'm gonna do like kind of a soft eraser just to kind of erase some of it, just to make areas kind of brighter than others, like this bicep. Just kind of touch it up a little bit. Shoulder area, just kind of touch it up. There we go. That looks good. All right, looking good. So the arms done, the neck, all the flesh areas except for this hand. I need to do this hand next. And just trying to make sure my feed's still going. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm doing, whoa, shit, my bad. Got to do my lasso here. All right, and on the real tight areas, I like doing the ink pen there because it gives a darker shade, and then I go to my brush, back to my brush because of the kind of feathered in. And then down in here would be good. Oh, nice. Doug's got me on the big screen over there. That's awesome. Okay. 1 second, guys. Already got inquiries on Gorillaz art. All right, so now I'm going in here. Yeah, I love this. You know, it's weird because I always find new ways to do stuff. I just kind of get stuck in a rut and continuously do things a certain way. But I don't know, I just decided on this one. I was like, you know, I want to kind of make it look similar to the Gorillaz stuff and just go a different direction with it. this in some a little bit. A little bit down in here. Oh, and I accidentally hit this button. I use a gaming computer because of how powerful the graphics cards are, but it has like this gaming. And then it opens up like this portal crap. All right. Getting sidetracked, guys. I have that look squirrel problem all the time when I work on stuff because I think about other things besides what's in front of me. It's a big problem. All right. What another thing that's cool is like up here, I don't know if you can see where I have my mouse going. There's like that checkered thing. It's just basically transparent. It acts kind of like an eraser, but it uses the same brush filter, so that comes in handy too. Um, all right, I think we're good on the hand shading. Maybe I'll come in here and do a bigger area. A little bit in here too. There we go. Oop, not that much though. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead. Let me do the highlights next because that I like doing that. That way I work around it. All right, so a little bit here, a little bit on the knuckles. Not too much. Go back in with this brush, just kind of feather it a little bit more. It's a really good blender. I love it. All right. Oops. And then I'll go back in with this brush one more time and just kind of add some light shades to it. There we go. Thank you. Yes, please check me out on Instagram. I've been like hovering. I'm like 30 away from 1,000. Do you realize how long this has taken me to get close to 1,000, guys? I started Instagram 10 years ago. On Facebook, I get tons of clicks and business, but Instagram, for some reason, not so much. Every now and then, I got one of my coolest projects ever on Instagram. A wrestling shirt I did for Flex Khalifa. That was still one of my favorite wrestling shirts I've ever done. Hopefully she sold a lot with those. I don't know, but that was really cool. It was cool because I've never met her and she just saw me through stuff online. That was really neat. All right, I think the hand's good too here. There we go. Nah, that was too much. Too much. Let me do the brush. The brush works better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, all the flesh areas are now done. I think that's good. Now I'm just going to go into the jacket. I'm not going to do any highlights except for like on the leather areas and the metal. Actually, let me do these forearm deals. I'll just do the leather area first. Let me hit save because save is always important. Save is like your number one friend. If you don't hit save, you're in big trouble. But yeah, next one I'm gonna do Miranda Street Fighter style. That should be fun. Just give it a little bit of a highlight here. Hit it with that brush some more. I need to get back into doing like time-lapse videos too. Those were fun. I used to do those. I did like a really cool Scooby-Doo one a while back. Do a little bit darker area there. Go back to the shade. Just giving it a little bit of some highlights, you know. All right, so that looks good, I think. Thank you, Maddie, for sharing all those platforms. I definitely need to get more active on here. I've been neglecting it. I know we had lots of people tune in a couple of years ago, and those were fun times. I need to get back on that. I've been stuck and not complaining because commissions are good, but I really want to get back into making my own art and selling it. That was so much fun when I just make my own stuff, and then I had people like Amber coming in and other people just like, oh, I'll buy that off you. Even Paul, you know, No Cadota bought some stuff that I would just do off of live. So I need to get back into doing that. I don't look like anybody's watching right now, but if anybody's watching the replay later, I am going to be raising my prices because not just inflation, but I've had the same prices now for like 8 years. And I think I've become a little bit more, I'm not trying to get too big for my britches or anything, but I think I've become a little bit more in demand in the past couple of years. And it's just time because I do spend a lot of time on this stuff and I want to get, you know, paid for the time I spend on things, and my brother's a great inspiration because he is doing just that. He makes fantastic money, and I'm like thinking, why shouldn't I? If I'm always getting hit up, there should be a demand for it. And I know not everybody can afford art, it's expensive. I get it. It's great when there's artists out there that can provide stuff at a great rate for everybody, and I try to do that. I really do. I think compared to other artists that have been doing it the same amount of time I have, I give great rates. So I am going to be raising them. I'll probably pin it up to my post, just let people know, like, I'm not trying to rip you off. I'm just trying to make my money the way I should make it. So we'll see how it goes. Most people get it. They read it. All right. So I'm just going into all of these, like, kind of stud deals and just adding. I probably shouldn't even be bothering with it, but sometimes I like to still watching. You're more in demand and the increase is understand. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate that, man. I try to give people a chance to buy art. People, because trust me, dude, I know how it is. Like, a lot of really good artists I worship and follow that are still alive. Most of them are dying off because we're getting older. But I can't, like Neil Adams. He recently passed away, but he's my favorite Batman artist. I met him a couple of times at shows. One was a special moment because I got to sit with him for like 30 minutes uninterrupted. And wow, that was an amazing experience because I caught him in a good mood. He's usually pretty surly. But going back to what I was talking about, his pieces were like minimum, like for a tiny little, not even an 8x10, maybe like a 5x7. They were like $300, and it's a very small piece of art. And then his bigger stuff was like a couple thousand and everything. And I get it. He's a legend. He has every right to, but I couldn't afford it. So I get it. I get where some people are like, oh man, that's expensive, dude. And I get it. Trust me. I know, because there's a lot of art I've wanted to buy that I just couldn't afford. And I respect every intention of having it that price for legends like that, because we got to enjoy them while we have them and keep them supported. All right, cool. That's kind of just a little touch up shading on the studs there, I think. And thanks for watching this whole time, Doug. I appreciate that. Commissioner Doug. All right, so go in here, just do a couple of little. These are such a minute part of the piece, but I like adding a little bit more detail. Sometimes I go overboard with it. Yeah, that looks a little better. It gives it more depth and dimension when you do that. Can't believe how much my inbox blows up when I do these. All right. Had good old Nate Slater hitting me up. I did a really cool poster for him, like I did for the player. Is like based off of those old WWF superstars gimmicks from the 80s, those LJN toys. Man, that was I know I'm showing my age here because I'm getting older, but The 80s toy art was so awesome because a lot of it was hand painted and it was amazing. Just like the G.I. Joe art was awesome. He-Man, the Masters of the Universe stuff, that art was phenomenal. And it was just for toys. It was cool. Well, about the cartoons back then is that they were like real focused on fantasy type stuff. They had like stories to them. It was really cool. Yeah, that's true, Doug. You gotta kind of, I don't know, you gotta put as much as you can into it. Even if it, my motto's always been, even if it's something you're not getting paid good on, it doesn't matter if it's art or whatever. But whatever it is, man, just put everything you got into it because work ethic goes a long way, in my opinion. It doesn't in some instances for some people, but just focus. My whole thing is I try to focus on myself and just make my work ethic, make myself, valued. I'm not doing anything too major on this. I'm just kind of go back and do a highlight here. So yeah, I kind of jump all over the place when I do this. Oh, look at that. I didn't even color that spike. Let me go back in and add that. Oops. All right, there it is. Boom. So he's coming together, getting close, almost done. Let me take it off that ticker. There we go. All right, so I got all the colors in, or I got that color in on those spikes. I guess I'll go back up to these spikes. This guy's actual jacket, he's got like all kinds of band patches on it and stuff. I didn't add those because I didn't know what all he wanted on it, and I figured just kind of making it a little more simple. You don't need every detail all the time on art, in my opinion. I think when you overdo, especially with a style like this Gorillaz art, kind of keeping it pared down is the way to go. Just my opinion. So I'm getting all the highlights in these spikes here. And then I'm going to go back in and add the shades. There we go. Those are all done. All right, I'm going to go to this one because it's not that much. And then I'm going to go in here, just kind of do some shadows underneath. Yeah, I need to start just while I work on commissions, show you the live end of it so you can see what all, so everybody can kind of see what goes all into making this stuff. I hardly do it like I used to. Like 2 years ago, man, it was like just live after live. That was fun. I mean, it wasn't a fun time for any of us, but that was fun because we were all just hanging out on the lives and talking to each other. It was like a little community. And then when I got even more busy with art, I couldn't keep up with it and I never got back into it. A little bit of shadow All right, go down here, do the same thing. See how long all this takes? And this is just the coloring part. You know, a lot of people don't realize this stuff takes a long time. All right. But I love it. It's better than back in the days when I used to be in school and I'd get in trouble for this stuff. Sweet. There it is. Got those done. All right, next I'm gonna go over here. Well, no. I'm gonna go to this area. I think for the most part, this is pretty much done. There's not much you can do with the leather other than add highlights, but I'll still go in here and maybe add some little bit of shadows. All right, so I got my little borders. Go down here and do the same. And here, and here. Okay, cool. So now I'm just focusing on the leather areas. Before I do that, I'm gonna hit save one more time. All right, so now let me go back to, oh no, I think, wait, did I can't remember if I was on purple with the blacks, the black, the little leather area. Yeah, I was. And I'll go in here and kind of, yeah, nothing too crazy. There we go. Kind of muting it a little bit. I might blend it a little bit too. There we go. Yeah, it's not too bad. And it's crazy because I have so many things on my mind when I draw this stuff. I'm like, I bounce all over the place. Or when I'm coloring this stuff. When I draw too, but especially when I color. There we go. And with this one, I'm just going to kind of do up at the top here a little bit of a highlight. And then in here some. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Drawing tangents, yes. Big time. All right, cool. I'm gonna erase just a little bit over here. There we go. I think that's good for that part. Now we're going to go over here. And I'm just adding shadows in here. And it's like, it's probably hard to see on the screen, but it's like, I'm just doing it because I'm a stickler for details. And I'm nowhere near detailed as a lot of other artists that are out there. That's what's crazy about it. There's some people who just like, they'll draw every brick on a wall, and it's amazing that they can do all that. I get so overwhelmed by that kind of stuff. Alright, so alright, I'm gonna go back over it with the brush. Oops. There we go, that's better. And we're gonna blend it a little bit more. I like using the blender because it softens it up some. It doesn't make it so harsh. Alright, there's that. Now for the glove. And then I gotta do all these studs and the jacket and the legs, and I'm done. And the feet. And I'm done with it. So here we go. And before I do all that, I'm going to hit save one more time. All right, I'm going to get a little cup of water because I'm really thirsty. Be right back, guys. Be just like a minute or less. Alright guys, I'm back. For any of those that are still watching. I picked Saturday, which is a weird time to go live, but whatever. I always work every weekend anyway, if you want to call this work, but whatever. I get paid to do it. I'm not complaining. Alright, so let me go here to this kind of, I guess it's a brace, like forearm brace thing. There we go, using the wrong brush. Okay, now I'm going to add those highlights I was talking about. I like using the thin brush first, or I mean the thin pen, because it really lays down really good lines, and then you can go back with the brush and kind of blend it and then use the actual blender. And I'm sure there's a faster way of doing it, but this is how I do it. I know there's always somebody who'll give critiques. I've gotten a lot of good advice though from other artists in the past. Like one thing that's crazy though now is, my brother would just have just freak out on me. Is now that I've been working with my tablet so much, it's weird for me to draw on paper. I like drawing on my tablet first, and then printing it out, and then just light boxing it on a piece of paper, because I don't know, it's like the way the tablet is with the smoothness and everything. The way I ink is way better on a tablet. It's just more stable. There's stabilizers on your pen to keep the lines a little bit better. And I just like the way the text, just the way the there's not much resistance when I draw or when I ink. I hate saying that, but it's true. But yeah, all my sketch covers, when I do that, I scan in the comic book and then I draw on top of that, and then I print that out, and then I use a light box, and I just draw on the comic book from the drawing I did on the tablet. I learned that from the really cool artist Jose Fernandez. He put that trick on one of his YouTubes. That was pretty cool. Looking good, big dog. Oh, thanks. Thanks, man. Mr. Ransom. Appreciate that, dude. I was at the last UPW show, man. I was watching you stun everybody, dude. You're hitting the stunner on all of them, dude. That was awesome. I thought I was going to get hit with the stunner there for a minute. I was getting nervous. That was awesome. Let's see. I think that's good. That's good right there. All right, let's zoom out, see what we got. Looking good. All right. You know, I can't type back when I see comments on Facebook, but what I'm going to do is give everybody a heart. Of the comments I do see coming up, I'm going to give them a heart. So that way, you know, like if later you're like, oh man, he ignored me. I wasn't ignoring you guys, I promise. Promise. All right, cool. All right, so then I got to go back to all these little stud deals. I'm going to use the pen for this. I'm going to make my pen go down to 20. There we go. You get a lot of good control with this. So when I first started, the program I'm using right now is called Clip Studio Paint Pro. And when I first started using it, I would use a pen called the G pen. It's a good pen, but man, the real G pen is where it's at for me. It goes from thick to thin, and it just has really good control. It's nice. I love it. Oh yeah, let me take it off the purple and put it on that maroon. All right, there we go. And for any of those still watching, feel free to share my video, tell people to check out my pages. I sell all kinds of cool stuff. I got a lot of prints, fan art prints. I got how to draw books for kids. I got all kinds of stuff. bless you. Tell Maddie bless you. She's back there sneezing. Alright, cool. And then I'm going to go in here, add these little shadow areas. She did the sneeze emoji. Yeah, I was making sure I still had the same look there. Alright, next I'm going down here to these. Kind of add a few little dots every now and then. Alright. Whoa. Man, that Batman cover I'm trying to do, I work on it in between stuff. That's going to be really cool when I get it done. If I had more time and money on my hands, just didn't have to worry about anything. Like, let's just say I won the lottery, I would do so much fan comics like that. I know I couldn't get paid on, but I'd just do it for fun. People could just download them on my website for free. That's what I would do. I would do like a whole lot of retro stuff that just never happened, but I think would have been cool, like Dick Tracy, Batman team up, stuff like that. Cool Ninja Turtle crossovers. Alright, there we go. Okay, so those are all, for the most part, shaded. Let's go here to the color. See that purple tone? I don't know if you guys can see it. See how everything's purplish looking? But then when I put the skin underneath it, it doesn't turn, it's not purple anymore. It's a really cool filter. It brings out the warmth and all the colors of the base colors. I love it. I love doing that. No, it's cool to me at least. Alright, so do that. Like I said, with the jacket and the pants, excluding the leather parts, I'm not going to do any more highlights. Because denim really doesn't get bright like skin and leather surfaces. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the brush here. Oops, wrong color. That's pretty bad. And I might stick with maroon. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the maroon since we're on the white. Collar going. Put a little bit down here. And then I'm going to go back to the blender again, just because it's a really cool tool. Kind of blends it all together really well. There we go. I just like it because it gives it that soft, it gives it more of a shadow feel. It's not so harsh, you know. I do like doing harsh tones on some work because it reminds me of the old cartoons we would watch and the old comics. I'm really trying to go for more of like a simplistic thing with a lot of my art, just because I love that. I kind of really want to go back to the style of stuff that my grandparents grew up with, like in the 30s and the 40s, the golden age stuff. Golden age of comics was so cool. In some ways, there's a lot of cheesiness that you kind of have to weed through, but there's also some great stuff. Like, I can't say enough about like the Dick Spring Batman art, stuff like that. That stuff's really good. Classic stuff. All right, so next. All right, so that's shaded up really well. Next, I'm gonna go in here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do my airbrush deal. That always helps. It just gives it a little bit more of a, there we go. Just kind of more of a fuzziness to it, you know. Can't really explain it. There we go. So then next I'm gonna go here and just all around this whole jacket area. I think that'll work. There we go. Perfect. Now for this one, I'm going to go back to the purple shade for my shadows. I think that'll balance out better. And let's try the brush again, see what happens. There we go. And then I'm going to get in here, hit these small areas. Get in there, a little bit in here with this little pocket area. This guy has a total 80s vibe. I like it. It's pretty cool. Kind of that glam rock looking stuff. Pretty neat. I like gimmicks that stick out, you know, that people have looks that really separate themselves from other people. I think that's always a cool thing. It's just me as a fan of wrestling. Let me hit save here because my computer's doing a weird fan noise. It's probably just cooling itself down. There we go. All right. And I'm going to erase some in here. Oops. Sometimes I forget what brush or eraser I have going and I don't remember. Mix that up some. All right. Actually, let me close that out too. So this is like this thing I'm popping up and down. It's my shortcut thing, and I'm trying to get in the habit of using it instead of going to like open up multiple windows. It's just better to have one shortcut area. And actually, no, I'm not going to do it because I don't use the brushes that much. I was thinking about adding a brush here, but these are my most important tools I use here on the right. Right now I'm using a brush, which is not listed because I hardly ever use a brush to color with. But like I said, I'm doing something different with this one. A little bit right here, then over here. And then the buttons. I like doing buttons too. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of that that airbrush that I wanted to do, or that I've been doing. Just kind of give it a good tone there. There we go. I think that's pretty good. What do you guys think? Good shade there. Maybe get a little bit more. Alright. I think that's good. Actually, I'm going to blend it. Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate that. I just looked up and saw your comment. I'm going to blend that a little bit more. Alright, cool. I think that's good. That's good enough. Alright. On to the next side. Oh yeah, I wanted to do for some reason on the black areas or the darker areas, if I use my magic wand on there, it will mess the whole thing up and go. It will just get anywhere that's kind of black looking. So I have to take away my base colors, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I ramble on like, you know, like everybody understands this program. Yeah, next one I'll sketch out. Like I'll start from the beginning and sketch out, and then I also need to get back on drawing on paper because, like I said before, that's how I always drew. But I haven't been doing that too much, and now I'm using my tablet a lot more. There we go. That's good shade, I think. I just like it because it gives it like just soft touches to the shadows, you know. All right, cool. So that's that. You know, I just noticed something on here I need to fix. Just these minor little details. There we go. Just a little tiny pink spot there. Okay, now next, I'm going to go here to this side of the jacket. Almost done. All I got is this jacket and then this area over here with the pants and the boots, and he's done. Let me hit save one more time. Just a reminder, anybody watching the replay on this, I have How to Draw Books for Kids that I published mid 2010s. I still have them. I got How to Draw Space Aliens, How to Draw Animals, all self-published by me. You can order them on my website, or next time I'm at an event, you can order them there, or buy them there, because I usually have them at my table. Also trying to get schools to buy them, or just at a very discounted rate. So if you have educators, let me know. I always work something out with them. But yeah, cartoon-u.com is where you can buy my How to Draw books for kids. I was really I don't know how many years ago, about 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I think it was about 9 years ago. I was really getting into trying to do kind of teaching kids art and stuff, but that ain't really. I tried it for years, but I think within the last couple of years, especially after the COVID stuff and everything, I just kind of just felt like I should move in a different direction. It just wasn't for me. I still do volunteer work for iWrite Literacy Organization, which I've been involved with since 2009. I'll always do stuff for them because I've had a lot of great things come from that. And also, we go to a lot of underprivileged areas, and it's all just volunteer work. But I love it because those kids, they don't have tablets and video games, a lot of them, and all this stuff to distract themselves with. So when they see a guy drawing on paper, and they at least have paper and pencils, from the schools, and then they see somebody like me coming along, that has a career in art, it's really cool to them. They ask a lot of questions. They're really into it. It makes me happy because they're so appreciative of the time, and I don't know, they're just really into it. It's just something that's really satisfying to me. So I have in the fall coming up, I have a few visits out in A-Leaf area. Like I said, everything's so far from me. Nothing's close to me. There's hardly anything that goes on in the Woodland Spring area. And if it is, it's stuff that I'm not into. There is Mission Pro Wrestling does a lot of Southern Star Brewery shows. And I need to start going to those too. There's just so many promotions in Texas, I can't keep up with it though. Just too many. So I kind of pick the ones I go to regularly, like UPW, Loco, Wrestle Ray. I need to go to PWF, all that. OTOB, I need to go to that. I'm actually going to be there in June for their show. They don't do them as much. They're kind of like Loco. They just do them every few months, which I like because for people like me that have all these things they're just busy with all the time, it's cool because you don't have to go every other week or every other month to a show. But no hate on anybody how they run stuff. That's just as a fan, my personal preference. I want everybody to do well. That's my thing, always. Same with my artist friends. I have a lot of artist friends that I don't even talk to anymore much, but I want them all to do well too. Alright, let's see. I think that's pretty good. I don't want to get too shadow heavy on the side. If you guys notice on this, here, I'll zoom out here in a second. The light's mainly coming from this area on the right. So the left side's going to be naturally darker. So that's the same thing I'm trying to do with the jacket. I'm just kind of going in here and hitting heavier shadow areas in here. And then what's cool is, like I said, with the pen, you can go even darker if you need to. And it all blends really well. Yeah. Pretty good. I like it. And this is probably the fastest coloring job I've ever done on anything. And I know this is taking forever, but I'm like a perfectionist. Alright, so let's close this off. I think what I'll do right now is the white areas on the pants, on the tights, and then I'll go into the leather areas, and then well, you know what? No, we'll do it here too. Yeah, there we go. Just not the leather or the little studs area. Even in here, I'll do it. Oh, see, I messed up. If you hit anything black, it goes to every black area on the whole image and it covers it up. Okay. Let me hit save. All right. Just kind of checking over my profile here. All right. Just kind of checking over my. Oh no! I saw something that says community standards. Am I getting jailed again? Let's see. Hope not. I'll find out after the video. Also going back in and giving hearts to all the comments because I want everybody to make sure I'm not blowing them off. Also going back in and giving hearts. That's one of my things when I go on other artists' lives. I notice a lot of them don't they don't when I go on other artists' lives. I notice a lot of them they don't acknowledge a lot of people, and I try to acknowledge as many as I can. They don't acknowledge a lot of people, and I try to acknowledge as many as I can. And back in my prime, I would get like hundreds of people on here. I need to do it again though. I got to get it back in a regular habit. All right, so let's go ahead. I need to do it again though. I got to get it back in a regular habit. And I'm gonna have to use the maroon on this one. All right. I don't like that, so I'm gonna use the. Oh no! I messed up. I was on the wrong layer. So I'm gonna use the. Oh no! I messed up. I was on the wrong layer. Why did it do that? Oh no! Oh, that's why. Gosh. Okay. I had two layers selected and I was okay. Never mind. I'm speaking out loud. There we go. That's better. That's more of a light. Shadows sometimes shouldn't be so harsh. There we go. That's better. That's more of a light. Shadows sometimes shouldn't be so harsh. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna go over here to this area. Actually, let me area. So now I'm here in the knee area. Yeah, I like this brush a lot. It just really adds like a good dimension to it all. It just really adds like a good dimension to it all. All right, oops. And I'm gonna go in here. Get this part shaded. Whoops. This part shaded. Whoops. All right, so I'm gonna go in here on the inner inner thigh kind of area. It blends really well, but it has that canvas look to it too. That's what I love about it. It's like if I was painting on a canvas. Good shade. All right. All right. Go in here and add these little shadow areas. I say the coloring is the part that takes me the longest on all of these things, always. If it's even with markers or just coloring with the tablet, it always takes me the longest. I don't know why. A little bit on the knees over here too. All right, I think that's good. Now I'm gonna do my my airbrush again. All right, I think that's good. Now I'm gonna do my to give it kind of that warmth. And I might have to kind of soften it up some, just a tad. And I might have to, yeah, there we go. Just adding some white areas to just to give it a little bit of balance. There we go, cool. So that's done. Now I'm gonna go into the leather areas. So that's done. Now I'm gonna go into the leather areas. Do the brush. And go to the dark areas. And it's funny because like I bet a lot of people wouldn't even notice all this stuff or even think to think about it, but for me, it's like I have to do it like this. This is the only way it's gonna work for me. Even if it is like a lot more detail being added, it just doesn't look the greatest if you don't go all in on it, you know. All right, so that's almost done there. All right. Little highlights on all these little studded areas. And then I'm gonna go with the linear, the burn brush. All right, there's that. Go down here and do the same thing. Oh, almost used the wrong one again. There we go. Really good tones with this brush. I love it. I need to start using it way more. Really good tones with this brush. I love it. I need to start using it way more. And then I'm gonna come in here, add these shadow lines. Oh yeah, and I gotta add some highlights too on that on the leather area. Just a little bit there. All right, cool. Getting close, guys. All I gotta do is the boots here, and then we're getting close, guys. Done. All I gotta do is this is gonna be used for a sticker, which is cool. Done. This is gonna be used for a sticker, which is cool. All right, now I'm gonna. Boom. There we go. Almost done. All right, good shading here. All right, good shading. need to shade these areas too. Okay, so I got the pants done here. So the last part is the boots. While I do that, I'm gonna hit save one more time because it's always super important to hit save. All right, cool. So here is the shading for the boots. And the laces I'm going to leave alone, I think. I don't know why, I just want to. But everything else I'm going to shade. Sometimes I do that, I'll just pick certain areas. I'm like, I don't know, it'd be cool if they just pop out for some reason. Just a good pop to it. And there too. And actually, I'm going to do this whole thing, not just keep it off with the black. I'm going to add these areas. There we go. That way I'm shading the black as well. That little area that separates the sole of the boot with the top part. All right. So like I said before, the light's coming from right to left. So I'm going to reflect that here in my shading. All right, here we go. Oh, I guess I did do the lace on that one. Let me there we go. Cool. I still don't know enough Photoshop. I know enough to get by, but I mean, there's so much more I could be doing as far as like shortcuts and things. But I feel like I've pretty much gotten it down compared to like I'm definitely not like a beginner with this stuff anymore as far as the digital component goes. A little bit of shadows here. A little bit there. And then down here. Yeah, I love this brush though. It's like I'm like addicted to using it. It's not gonna work on everything I do though. Just certain things. I thought it worked for this. Because I said some of the reference material I was looking at had kind of that effect to it. There we go. Nice little tones there. Get it darker on that end. And then down here, just to kind of give it that separation from the heel, the sole to the boot there. Maybe a little bit of shade in here, or not that much though, that's a lot. Just kind of in here a little bit. There we go, that's good. Sweet. Actually, I'm going to blend that just a tad more. There we go. Alright, then what am I going to do? Airbrush it, just because it gives it a good tone when you do that. Alright, now on to the last, the boot over here on this end. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not done. I want to give a little bit of a shine on this black area here. Over here too. Just a little bit of a shine. Then over here, same thing. On this area, I'm going to just do a little bit here because it's obviously, there's not light hitting that the rest of it. Oops. Get really good good fuzziness to this. But then if you hit the subtract mode, it takes some of that harshness off, which I like. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, so now you still alive? Yes, I am, Paul. I'm still alive. This was something I totally had to get done right away, so dude's been waiting on it. But yeah, I was telling everybody about your Miranda thing that I'm about to start working on. It's gonna be like kind of that Street Fighter vibe to it. And that's the next, I think that'll be probably like the next live I do. Probably tomorrow I'll sketch it. I'll just hit like, I'll start sketching it out live on my tablet. I think that would be cool. I was going to do it today, and then of course I forgot I had to get this to this dude because he needs it pretty stat. But yeah, yours is definitely the next one I do, and I'm gonna go live tomorrow with it. Actually, like I said, just the sketch part. I'm not gonna ink it live. I'll just kind of pencil it out and see what you think. Oh, you just got off of work? That's cool, man. I'm probably gonna in a few. I'm pretty much done with this. I'm going to. I'm going to probably get a bite to eat somewhere or here or something because I'm getting pretty hungry. All right. So, but yeah, tomorrow I'll do the Miranda sketch live because we're going to go out here in a little bit. But yeah, tomorrow I'll do the Miranda sketch live. All right, cool. So there's good contrast there, and then all right, cool. So there's good contrast there, and then just give it a little bit more of a darkness on there. There we go. That's good. I like it. I like it. I like it. There we go. That's good. I like it. Boom. There he is, Rook Tyler. I'm going to take off these. First of all, I'm going to hit save. Boom. There he is, Rook Tyler. I'm going to take off these. First of all, I'm going to hit save. Hit save. Boom. Save. Come on. Save, save, save. I might be working tomorrow. Okay. Well, cool, man. Either way, you can watch the replay, man. I keep them up. So, I'll probably most likely go live in the morning or afternoon. I don't know yet. Excuse me, man. I don't mean to yawn. In the morning or afternoon, I don't know yet. Excuse me, man. I don't mean to. Let me erase these. There we go. Cool. I like it, man. So then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you guys what I do to make the colors pop just a tad more. I go in, I hit save. Come on, save, save, save. I know. And then I save the one with the white background as a JPEG file. And I'm going to do, actually, let me do that over here in this other screen. That way it doesn't cover up the art. Okay, so JPEG, I'm going to save it as Rook. And then I'm also going to save it as a PNG file, and when I do that, it takes away the background and it makes it transparent. That way he can he can get it printed out as stickers or on whatever else he's getting it. But he said he's doing stickers. He can get it printed out as stickers or on whatever else he's getting it. But he said you're getting an echo. Uh-oh, that's weird. I wonder why. I haven't heard. You're the first person to say that. You're getting an echo. Uh-oh. Oh, thank you, Angie, for the nice emoji there. Thank you, Angie, for the nice emoji there. Anybody else getting an echo that's watching? Anybody else getting an echo? What's crazy on my end is I can't hear anything because it puts it all into the streaming software. Okay, so then I'm going to go back and save this again into the original file form. I get paranoid like that. I oversave just because I don't want to have an accident where everything gets deleted some kind of way. You're getting double speak. That's weird. I wonder why. That's really weird because, yeah, like I said, everybody else was hearing me okay. That's strange. That's weird. I wonder why. That's really weird because, yeah, like I said, everybody else was hearing me. You don't have it open in two windows, do you? Okay. You don't have it open in two windows, do you? All right, so then I go into Photoshop, and you got to bear with me because it takes like a minute or so for it to open up. I'm going to have to watch the replay, see if I get an echo on my end. I'm going to have to watch the replay, see if I get an echo on my end. Okay, so, oh, I never clicked the button. Oh yeah, it's still loading. It takes forever for my Photoshop to come up. I don't know why. It takes forever for my Photoshop to come up. I don't know Initializing shared components. Yeah, that's weird. I have no idea what's causing that. Yeah, that's weird. I'll check out the replay and see if I can hear it on my end. And if it is, and I got a little problem on my end that I gotta fix. Alright, is Photoshop open? Almost. It goes through like this checklist when I open Photoshop. It's like reading preferences and initializing this and that and all this other stuff. Oh, okay, cool. Now it's coming up. There it is. Yeah, it takes a minute for it to come up after that. But all I'm gonna do is I'll show you. I'm gonna make the colors a little more saturated so it's not as flat looking. Okay, cool. It's coming up now, finally. Or I thought it was. I don't want to get a new computer because this one's so fun. Okay, cool. So those are just different things I've been working on, off and on, little spot illustration. Okay, so I'm going to open. Actually, I'm going to do that over here. You're out of that lovely heated. Well, yeah, it's hot, dude. It ain't no joke right now. Rook. Where is he? Okay, I'm gonna open this one. It's gonna take a minute to open up here, which doesn't make sense because it's just a picture file. But some reason my Photoshop, ever since I did an update on it, it runs really slow now. And then it gets going, and then see, there it is. And then after it gets going, it's fine. It's just like when it first starts up, it's just takes forever. But I'm going to show you guys what I do to get really solid coloring. I'm waiting for that rain to come. Yeah, I know. The rain always helps. That's for sure. Okay, cool. So what I do this with all my digital work when I'm done coloring in Clip Studio. I bring it over to Photoshop because it has really good saturation and stuff. What was that? What happened? Oh, okay. It has really cool saturation controls, and it just makes the colors more robust. I like going to 14. I used to do 22. I don't know if you guys can see. You might not be able to notice. It's subtle. It's not a big difference, but it really does help. I don't know if you can see that. You can go even higher. Like I used to do 22. I just think that's too much when you do 22. I used to do that. Well, yeah. I think 22 is too much. I think 14 is good because it gives it a little bit of that saturation, but it's just a touch. It's not much. So I'm going to do that. I heard we might get into the 80-degree weather with the rain. Yeah, we need that, dude. Yeah, I have everything written down that I need to finish for you. I know the Miranda one's next. So that's the next one I'm sketching out. I'm gonna do that live on the probably tomorrow. Or not probably, I will, because that's the next thing I'm working on. Okay, so then I'm gonna resave it as a JPEG. Yes. And then, okay, so that's done. And then I'm gonna go with the PNG file, which is transparent. I'm gonna do the same thing, 14. Boom. Perfect. All right, so that was that. I colored for a while. It goes by faster when I don't talk a lot, but I figure you guys would want to see it. And I haven't been on live in so long, and now that I'm out of Facebook jail for going live, I can do that more. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna close that out. Yeah, sunscreen is definitely what you need if you're out in the heat. That's for sure. Well, cool, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I've been on for a while. I appreciate it. Y'all have been awesome, the people that stuck around. And I'll be back on here